I would say in surfing, I learned a lot of things, and very important things. And maybe the best thing I learned here was not what to do to improve, but how to do it. It's a long way to where I want to reach, but I want that, and I will reach that goal. But definitely Surf Simply was a very important step. It's an important week in my life, I think. So I'm from Ivory Coast. I'm the only one from Africa here. And I just handed to Surf Simply because after spending a lot of years struggling to improve my surfing, today I can say that that's the only thing that is missing in my life. I want to improve, and it was very important for me. So I'll try to look for everything that could help me. And on internet, I found Surf Simply. I tried to look at the videos and a lot of information that told me that was the right place.
It's always been a bucket list item for me. And I always wanted to do it, had 3 kids, had a lot of things in between, but recently went through a big life change. And so I fondly remember a quote from a good movie that says, you either end up dying or end up living. So I'm choosing to live my life through experience. So.
I was here 2 weeks this time. The benefit for me is I don't really surf at home. I live up in the mountains, in Colorado. So I was able to take my time and, just break it down in a slower pace. The way I've done it here, this is the only place I surf, so I don't put too high expectations on me, so I'm appreciating just the growing pains. And the frustration is good too, because it just makes you want to just keep on doing it. So the perseverance that it takes for me learning this older and not having a lot of experience, there's a great sense of accomplishment in tiny things that before I ever attempted to surf, I didn't think it was going to be this hard, but I didn't realize there was all these steps into it. So yeah, just little building blocks that a good foundation for in the future when I can surf more, my empty nest stage of life coming up in 7 years. I'll be ready for it.
A good friend of mine had been here twice, and he recommended it when I said I wanted to go to a surf camp. Derek was his instructor, who happened to be my instructor. He turned me onto it, couldn't speak anything negative, and I looked at the website, and here I am.
So what we would call binary wave selection, which is right over here, that's dynamic. We're looking at static or binary. This kind of parallel to the beach movement that we do sometimes. We're just trying to put ourselves right at that Goldilocks zone of the shoulder where the tail's gonna lift enough. Maybe I can get my angle going a little bit, but not so hard that I have to paddle like crazy to get into it, like if I'm too far out on the shoulder.
Since it was my first time ever surfing, we started from the very beginning. Fundamentals from how to catch and work in the white water, to getting up, to getting onto the pop-up, to the whole 9 yards.
This week, my coach was Marlon.
I can see you carving to the beach. Quiero ver controlling trim. ¿Qué vamos a hacer con controlling trim? Vamos a meter más presión al frente y esto, como resultado, nos va a subir acá. Okay.
Kind of relearning how to surf because I was always in desperation mode to catch a wave and just keep on going. So my focus this whole week was just staying up on the high line and popping up higher. The little baby steps to do that, and it worked. In my last wave this morning, I kind of met all my goals for the week on that one wave.
I learned from all of the coaches, and that was a good opportunity to see that all coaches are very good. I was telling that to them in the water. Every time I was telling them, you are really good at coaching.
What was your favorite part of this Simple experience?
I think it was the community, the sense of community. In here, when you experience a week where you are with a select amount of people in a closed environment, and you are doing something, and you are suffering, you are working, you are building, there is a sense of camaraderie and community that's created.
I mean, the staff here is great because, I mean, we're with our coaches a lot, but, you know, with, you know, Gabi and Danny and all of them in the office and then in the kitchen, it's just great. For me, it's great. Just I don't know. It almost takes me back to my childhood in Puerto Rico, where I'm just, I don't know. Even though I'm not Costa Rican and share the Hispanic, you know, like heritage and blood, it almost brings me back to my roots a little bit. So I think outside of the surfing, that's another thing I enjoy. Not just here so simply, but just walking around Osada. I mean, I'm not from here, but I feel at home pretty fast from the moment I get picked up at the airport.
Arriving here and see all this team, even all the surfers that are there, the cook, the coaches, it's really something special. I think it's unique. It's just a great experience to be in this community for at least 1 week.